This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, Queenstown's traffic congestion's about to ease. A new major road is close to opening in Frankton. We get a sneak look. Parts of Dunedin has ground to a halt today as the bomb squad has been called in, and demand is growing for a volunteer-based Dunedin food sharing service. Good evening, I'm Callum Proctor. Well, winter traffic congestion in Queenstown is expected to ease with the long-awaited Eastern Access Road project opening next week. The 2.5 kilometre, $25 million stretch of road at Frankton passes around the back of the Queenstown Airport runway. Mina Amso has been for an exclusive drive along the route.
The $25 million Eastern Access Road is designed to take the pressure off traffic clogging State Highway 6 between Glenda Drive and the BP roundabout in Frankton. Queenstown Lakes District Council Program Director Gareth Noble says Stage 1 of the project is timely and will help ease winter traffic between Queenstown and the Remarkables ski field.
It's a very busy period for that route with people accessing the ski slopes at Remarkables. Ultimately, some of that traffic is now going to be moving through the Stage 1 route. So Stage 1 takes you through from the State Highway through Hawthorn Drive, which was previously called the Eastern Access Road. It takes you through Remarkables Park onto the road, around the back of what we call the RESA, which is the extension to the runway at the airport, and into Glenda Drive. So the Glenda Drive section is the Stage 1 interim route.
Can't wait for it to happen actually, yeah. See a bit more traffic.
Lewis is concerned at how roads in Frankton will handle traffic coming through from the new Eastern Access Road.
Robertson Street, Humphrey and Douglas, we're a bit worried that it might turn into another McBride Street where people run through there to head south to Calvin Heights and Jacks Point, so we don't want that to happen in more streets in Frankton.
So obviously we hope that doesn't happen. We're putting signage up to encourage people to use this route rather than using those cut-throughs.
The project is being paid for by the Council and the New Zealand Transport Agency. The second and final stage, extending the road to a roundabout near the Pack and Save supermarket, is expected to be finished by Christmas. Mina Amso, The South Today.
Artist Trudy Lane stands in front of a projection of the sun at her Urban Dream brokerage event yesterday. And from this evening until the end of the month at 23 Princes Street, projections will be shown live from a Dunedin Astronomical Society solar telescope, which is set up on Otago House. And once the sun sets, another setup in Dresden, Germany will take over. That telescope was sourced through contacts of the Astronomical Society. Lane says if it was cloudy, she'll project images from NASA's Solar Dynamics Observatory, which is in orbit around the Earth. The project came from a comment by a friend that all energy comes from the sun. Dunedin police cordoned off parts of Moray Place this afternoon after reports of a suspicious package at the post shop.
Police converged on Lower Moray Place in Dunedin around 1 p.m. this afternoon. Within 30 minutes, police ordered the Dunedin Central Countdown store to be closed and evacuated. A number of other businesses around the central city were also ordered to be emptied.
Around the supermarket and along the street that way. Yeah. It's just we've got a threat on that side we need to keep you safe from. Yeah. Thank you.
No idea. We've just been asked to vacate the area, and so we're going to enjoy the sunshine.
The Christchurch-based Explosive Ordnance Disposal Squad from the New Zealand Defence Force has been called in. Police are continuing to maintain a presence at the intersection of Moray Place and Great King Street in response to a suspicious package. Buildings in and around the intersection of Moray Place and Great King Street have been evacuated and cordons are in place. The police say if members of the public have any concerns or wish to ask any questions, they can visit the Glenroy Auditorium on Harrop Street, where police will be on site. Daryl Baser, The South Today.
Presbyterian Support Otago's Octacan event is being held on Thursday, June the 22nd, from 7:30 in the morning. And some schools in the area have been collecting cans already, and today pupils of Bathgate Park School took part in a colourful way. These cans are from just one classroom at Bathgate Park School. They're just some of the South Dunedin School's effort to help this year's Octacan appeal. The children were offered the option of wearing pyjamas if they brought a can of food today. This is Max stacking and ordering them while William and his four-legged friend supervise. The 9 a.m. bell rings and the rest of the pupils stream in ready for the day's lessons. Many of the school's 200 pupils brought food, although not all dressed in pyjamas for the day. And representatives of the school will be taking the school's donations to the Octagon on June 22nd. Well, you've heard of Nadia Lim's My Food Bag. Well, now it's Dunedin's turn. The Valley Project is offering a more affordable alternative, Kai Share. The food share service is becoming increasingly popular, with nearly 3,000 food boxes being distributed for free since it started in 2014.
It may not have the glitzy celebrity power of Nadia Lim's My Food Bag, but these are the behind-the-scenes superstars who turn up every week to feed the hungry in Dunedin. These volunteers are packing and boxing up delivered goods ready to be collected.
Food Share Dunedin rescue all the food from supporting supermarkets around Dunedin, so anywhere from Green Island, Mods Gill, locally in North East Valley and everything, and some cafes as well. They collect it all up into their central hub and distribute it out to little agencies like us and some of the food banks, and then from there we distribute it out to families in need.
The volunteers help on Thursdays and Fridays each week. For some from Dunedin Food Share, driving the food to the venue is just one of many stops in Dunedin.
We pick up at various bakeries and supermarkets. We then distribute to about 40 or 50 different food banks or recipient groups around Dunedin area.
Those in need can sort of get a bit of help from us by saying what they prefer to eat and everything like that. We also offer out all the variety that comes to us rescued from the supermarkets. And Food Share Dunedin were cool enough to work in conjunction with the Polytech and create some recipe cards on ideas that people can use with those foods that are coming through. Bananas are always a popular fruit, really popular. A lot of people love that they're so versatile with baking and everything as well. And just I suppose some of the treat things like the yogurts and stuff or dairy that comes through we might not always get to buy ourselves.
The supplies arrive at the Valley Project community rooms on Friday with boxes made up ready for recipients to collect. Anyone is eligible to come in and get help and will receive assistance within 6 weeks. In 2016, the number of food boxes reached 1,225, the highest to date. Kai Share operates from the Valley Project community rooms Thursdays 9 to 11 a.m. and Fridays 11:45 to 2:30 p.m. Roselle LeBone, The South Today.
Well, still to come on The South Today, Timaru art students put on a fundraising exhibition with a difference, and later Invercargill's giant book sale gets underway for the weekend.
For all your news from the southern regions as it happens, go to our Facebook page. The South Today, connecting you with your community thanks to New Zealand On Air.
Bring some more joy into your world by adopting one of our adult animals at SPCA Otago. Call now on 473 8252. Please adopt a pet now, they will love you forever.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
From rare to the recent, visit the legendary Hard to Find for your quality second-hand books. With the largest stock in New Zealand and a friendly book-loving atmosphere. For good prices, buying or selling, come visit 20 Dowling Street.
We need your help to secure the future of Dunedin Hospital. The Dunedin City Council is leading the community's call to redevelop Dunedin Hospital as a top-flight teaching hospital right in the city centre. Have you sent your SOS? Add your voice to the thousands demanding central government commit to the health and well-being of the whole southern region. Go to dunedinhospitalsos.nz and fill out your form, or head to a library near you to fill out a paper copy. dunedinhospitalsos.nz.
When it's time to say goodbye to your pet, Heaven Sent Pet Cremations are here to help you through this difficult experience. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today for their care and guidance. Phone 489 2274.
Silverhorn Active Manuka Honey from the natural Manuka forests of New Zealand. Buy 1 250-gram pot for $34.90 and get a second pot for half price. Order online at silverhorn.co.nz.
We're a 25 Moray Place at Dog with Tails Cafe and Bar. So we take coffee very seriously. We do what's called contract roasting, so we're creating our own roasting profile and then doing our own blends. We're really focusing on the craft of what we're doing. You know, we're going back, instead of going on mass-produced sort of cheap things, we're taking the time to really craft what we're making. Make it so anyone can come here and have a feed and be able to get something they're able to eat or that they want to eat as well. You're kind of getting a taste of cafes from all around the world when you come here.
Oakley's Bathroom Centre proudly brings you junior football from around Dunedin. Off the Bar, Saturday 7 p.m, Sunday 1 p.m, and Tuesday afternoon 3:30 p.m.
Welcome back. Pupils from Longford Intermediate in Gore celebrated Matariki today by getting their hands dirty. The school held a hangi prepared by students and volunteers. And teacher Simon Cade says the school started the day with a pōwhiri to welcome guests to the school. The day's activities included poi making, sharing traditional Māori stories and cloak making. And 12-year-old pupil Inia Trikai says he and a few others arrived at 6 a.m. this morning to help light the hangi. Well, an interactive art exhibition aims to raise money for a Timaru school. Students at ARA's Level 6 Arts and Media course have been working on an exhibition of their work under the theme Celestial Ceilings.
An interactive art exhibition aims to raise money for a Timaru school. Students at ARA's Level 6 Arts and Media course have been working on an exhibition of their work under the theme Celestial Ceilings. The organisers hope the project will generate funds for Highfield Primary School. The display will include an art installation of which visitors can be a part. Student Zoe Sturm says as part of their assessment they had to organise an event and had decided to host an exhibition.
Our exhibition is called Celestial Ceilings, and it's a fundraiser for Highfield School, and it's about showing the children that when community comes together, wishes can be made, and that's hopefully will empower them in the future.
She says the exhibition's aim is to make people think about what would you wish for. Sturm believes the community's wishes are being tied into the installation's theme.
It's a gold coin entry, and that goes to Highfield School.
She says the art students worked with pupils from Highfield Primary School last week to show them how to construct items out of paper. Celestial Ceilings opens on June 17th and runs until the 28th. Rachel Comer, The South Today.
After the break on The South Today, why the Dunedin City Council is spending $500,000 on a flock of concrete sheep. And a freezing night's in store for the south. Will that turn into a fine Saturday? We'll find out with the weekend's weather forecast.
Loss of collagen is the reason for those fine lines and wrinkles. Silverhorn's Collagen Plus naturally supports your collagen levels, giving you younger, firmer looking skin, healthier, shinier hair and stronger nails. Joints, tendons, ligaments and cartilage all benefit from healthy collagen levels, the very foundation of structural health. Support collagen levels naturally with Collagen Plus by Silverhorn. Be quick, buy one now and get a second pack half price. Call now 0800 502 402.
Active Furnishers Limited. home of quality service with superior product, and an in-house design team who are always happy to advise and create an imaginative solution for you. Active Furnishers Limited, part of Dunedin's design history.
Well, bowel cancer is a disease that can affect all New Zealanders. It affects men and women equally, but the rates of bowel cancer definitely do increase as you get older. So most bowel cancer occurs in people who are over 50 years of age. 10% of bowel cancer happens in younger people, and unfortunately the numbers of younger people are increasing who've been affected by bowel cancer. But the people who are most at risk are people in their 50s, 60s, 70s and 80s.
Most women wouldn't think that they are at risk of bowel cancer, but actually they're as at risk of bowel cancer as they are of breast cancer. And most men wouldn't think of bowel cancer, but actually they're at as much risk of bowel cancer as they are of prostate cancer. It's a major killer in New Zealand, and it's one that tragically, for 1,200 New Zealanders who die of this each year, is just repeatedly ignored.
Autumn is here. Too late to sow grass seed, but never fear. Ready Lawn is here. Ready Lawn, your perfect all year round solution. Call Ready Lawn today.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Garrador Dunedin, delivering quality stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 15 years. New doors, replacement doors, repairs and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team at 553 Kaikoura Valley Road. Visit www.garrador.co.nz or call us on 488 5676.
The University of Otago, New Zealand's only true collegiate university. For first-year students, the history, the expectations of excellence are
unfamiliar.
G'day, I'm next door.
Hi, next door. I'm Samantha Pascoe.
No, you're not. I'm Josh, Clyde, Science. And you are?
Sam, Hastings, Law and Arts.
Tane, Auckland, Commerce. Osaka, Greece, Classics. History.
Quite normal to feel sick. It is quite normal to feel sad. It is quite normal to feel unwell.
Our Monday night medical documentary is donated to science. Join a group of Dunedin medical students as they dissect the human body and meet the donors before they died.
I live at another part of my body that's taking a bit of punishment.
Donated to science, next Monday, 8 p.m.
Well, netball team the Southern Steel certainly showed their mettle this week. Members of the team were in an accident involving the team's van on Monday, which injured 4 of the players. However, the team managed to dig deep and beat the Mainland Tactics midweek by 51-46 in Christchurch. Southern Steel assistant coach Lauren Piebinger says the players demonstrated strength in overcoming such adversity to remain the only unbeaten team in the league. And the Steel's next game is on Monday in Invercargill against the Central Pulse. Well, 6 800 kg concrete sheep are being installed by the Dunedin City Council in Jetty Street to stop traffic, with the aim of creating a pedestrian-only zone in the heart of the city. And the cost, $550,000. Here's Roselle Lebone.
Josephine Regan has an unusual installation in her home near the Orokonui Eco Sanctuary. It's not something Dunedin sees every day. In fact, you'd go as far to say it could stop traffic. That's what Dunedin City Council hopes they will do when they install 6 800 kg concrete sheep to act as traffic bollards on Jetty Street.
It seemed to me that sheep around places like rural New Zealand make a very good block to traffic, so I answered the tender that way.
Regan, the artist, who moved to Dunedin from Britain in 2004, made the sheep from 3- and 4-piece fiberglass moulds.
Made the designs in a number of different tiny clay maquettes, and then from there, after we'd chosen which ones to go with, I made a full-size plug, and obviously because they're cast upside down, then they had to be supported in quite a large steel framework so that they could be rolled, because once they're full of concrete, of course, they're 800 kilos, which is quite heavy.
Work on the project recently began, closing the street between Cumberland and Vogel to traffic and leaving the section between Vogel and Crawford Streets open to service vehicles only. The project will cost the council $550,000, including bluestone paving recycled from old cattle yards and cycle racks. Roselle LeBone, The South Today.
Well, the Rotary Club of Invercargill is aiming to sell more than 42,000 books at its annual fundraising 3-day book sale over the weekend, which got underway today. The proceeds will go to the club's community projects and local charities, and Invercargill residents are taking full advantage of the extensive range.
Invercargill residents couldn't wait to get their hands on the extensive offerings at the annual Rotary Club of Invercargill book sale today. More than 42,000 books are for sale. Rotarians have been organising and collecting for months, and book sale goers are snapping up the collection.
Great, there was a lot more books than I expected, really great prices, and I think I'm going to need another bookshelf.
So far I have got 4, and some have gone back to the car, about I think half a dozen gone back to the car and way back in for more shortly.
With the amount of people that have bought books in, it's a good number this year, and for the Rotary it's been brilliant.
The book sale has evolved significantly from the garage where it started in the 80s. Now the whole stage of the Civic Theatre is covered in rows of donated books, ranging from cooking to fiction. Organiser David McDonald says the money raised from the sale will go back into the community.
In the past we've done things like buying a bus for Plunkett. We provided a bus for Kew Hospital for transferring patients, but even making small donations of $200. So it covers so many different aspects of what goes on in and around Invercargill and Southland.
International students from the Southland Institute of Technology are among the volunteers helping out at the sale. Samarinda Kaur from India says she couldn't believe how many people were waiting to check out the sale.
We had hundreds of people waiting since morning outside the Civic Theatre before we opened at 9 o'clock. So I think I didn't expect so much people in the morning, but I think it's really good to see so many book lovers in Invercargill.
Last year, the sale raised tens of thousands of dollars, and Rotarians are hoping for a similar result this year. The sale ends at 3 o'clock Sunday afternoon. I'm Ruby Spink for The South Today.
Well, now recapping tonight's top stories on The South Today. A brand new 2.5 kilometre, $25 million stretch of road at Frankton now passes around the back of the Queenstown Airport runway and will open soon. Police cordoned off parts of central Dunedin this afternoon after reports of a suspicious package at the post shop on Moray Place. And you may have heard of Nadia Lim's My Food Bag. Now it's Dunedin's turn with the Valley Project offering an affordable alternative called KaiShare. And now a look at what's happening in tomorrow's Otago Daily Times. We welcome in Dave Cannon. Good evening.
How are you?
I'm well.
Well, we've got a big news day, of course, being a Saturday paper, and the bomb scare, which has shut down half the main part of Dunedin, is the main focus of tomorrow's front page. So the bomb squad has arrived from Christchurch to hopefully get it all sorted out and we'll go back to normal, but we're giving full coverage to that tomorrow. We've got an interesting story, a profile of Jim O'Malley, the man behind the Cadbury's pledges this week. So we're talking about who is Jim O'Malley and what's he all about. So we've got a big profile on him. Got an interesting story about a chap who has become something of an internet sensation. He has an affiliation with seagulls. Seagulls and him get on. He's sort of the Birdman of Dunedin. So we had a yarn to him, and could be quite an interesting story. And Councillor Benson Pope's jumping up and down about the clowns who vandalised the new plantings in Stewart Street, wants to offer a reward for information. Of course, Saturday paper, we've got The Mix, which is the big magazine on the ODT. We've got a big profile story about Charles Brash, the Dunedin literary writer, the giant, and publishing his journal, so we've got a story about that. And also something on the Queen's hats, which I know you'll be very interested in, Kel. In the regions, we've got Wanaka entrepreneurs setting up base there and looking at the Kaitangata building boom a year on. And of course, it's a big sporting weekend, isn't it? We've got the All Blacks tonight, Lions tomorrow night, the Merry All Blacks, and of course the America's Cup starts on Sunday.
All right, busy
That's
times.
all there. Very busy time.
Thanks for that, Dave.
Thanks, Callum.
So Saturday's ODT. All right, now look at tomorrow's weather forecast.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by Silverhorn Sportsville.
And starting with today's southern view taken of a clock near Baldwin Street today. Looking at the situation, an anticyclone passes over New Zealand this weekend with a couple of mostly fine days in store, but a period of cloud and showers late Sunday, early Monday will be only a brief blemish on a fine week lining up for next week. To the southern outlook, and Balclutha is fine, light winds and a high of 12, same for the Catlins, also Gore and Lumsden both sharing highs of 12 tomorrow. To the central outlook, Alexandra is fine tomorrow and slightly warmer 13. Queenstown gets to 11 and a fine day. Te Anau 11 and Wanaka fine and 11. The northern outlook, and for this group, more fine weather tomorrow. Oamaru a high of 12, 11 for Omarama. Slight winds in Timaru and 12. Twizel a high of 11. Here in Dunedin tonight, fine cold night with just light winds. Frosts are likely. The overnight low gets to 0. Tomorrow, fine and sunny with light winds. Cool temperatures though, a high of 12. And for Sunday, high cloud increasing, moderate northerly. Some evening rain possible Sunday and a high of 13. Down we go to Invercargill, and a fine night tonight with light winds, an overnight low of 1. Tomorrow's fine, some cloud, a light westerly, a high of 12. Sunday showers develop with a freshening sou'wester for Sunday and the high of 13 degrees. And that's us for another week from all of the South Today team. Have a great weekend.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.